ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit,
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another DC Comics figure review on Mattel's San Diego Comic-Con 2015 Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice 2-pack. I gotta give a big thanks to Chew for making this review possible. Thanks so much for looking out, man. I really appreciate it. This 2-pack set comes in this mailer over here, so you got that. You know, not a whole lot going on, but I just wanted to show off the mailer. I really like this packaging over here because you get these lights and sounds, and I just think that is incredible. I will be opening this, but I hope to be able to repackage it because I really like the lights and sounds. So there's the speaker, there's the button, and then on the bottom you can see there's an on-off switch right there, and then you could remove the batteries and change them out when you need to. So let's go ahead and hit the, actually I'm going to turn the settings down in here really quick so you can get a better idea how this is going to look, because I recorded this earlier. And then, okay, so here we go. I'm going to hit the button. Ooh. Oh, that's so sick! Oh, man. Oh, and it just fades down like that. I love that. That is incredible, man. That is just a brilliant idea. I just love that. All right, on the side, not much going on. On the back, you got Batman versus Superman, and then you can see the same logo up at the top. And we already saw the bottom. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's Batman and Superman out of the packaging and standing back to back. The Batman figure I was very interested in, but surprisingly, I like the Superman figure more, especially with it just being a repaint. I didn't think I would like it so much. I mean, they did add the cloth cape, which is a cool new thing too. I really like that a lot. The Batman has a soft goods cape too. It's like a pleathery material right over here that did get a little wrinkled up and damaged from the packaging, but I do like how the suit looks on the Batman figure. It's just that there's some sculpting issues right here that really bother me a lot. Now these each come with this base accessory right over here, as you can see right there. So let's take a closer look at that, and then we'll take a closer look at these Superman and Batman figures. Looking at this, I really like the texture over here. I really like how this is sculpted. This is just very cool looking. I like how it has that rough texture right there, and then it's all smooth right there in the black section. Nothing going on the back over here, except for that peg, of course. And then here's the Batman symbol, looking really nice. Again, with a nice texturing over here, but it is different from the Superman. So you can see that, you know, this one's a little bit more sparse right here. So I think that's really cool. Very much looking like the Dark Knight Returns. Even though I saw the footage from San Diego Comic-Con that it's not supposed to be the same story. Anyway, you can plug this right in here, and boom, there you go. So now they have one base. Really nice. And then there's this lip on the top of the Superman one. It makes it easy to pick apart. You just go like that, and there it goes. Here's looking at the Superman head sculpt. This is a brand new head sculpt, which I do like. And they did sculpt different hair, or it's sculpted differently. There's no kind of color change or anything like that with the hair. I don't really expect to see any of that with this kind of figure, but looking at this right over here, you can see that he's got a little bit of the open mouth, a little bit of pink right there inside the mouth. I like that they didn't add too much of that. And he's got this scowling look, so he's all angry and everything. And he has a very bright blue color right there for his eyes. Looking at the first version that we've gotten, he's got a 5 o'clock shadow right over there. The eyes are more of a cobalt colored blue, more so than the teal color over here. But sculpt wise, I don't know. I think I like this one a little bit more. I kind of like seeing the angry Superman. I had a weird thing with this mouth over here that just looks strange to me. So I gotta say, I think I'm a little bit happier with this newer one, even though his mouth is kind of open in a weird way. Now, I initially thought the upper torso right here was the same exact one from this one, but it's not. You can see the Superman S is just a little bit bigger on this newer one right over here. And you can see that the belt actually has a little square right there as opposed to this one having the circle. So there's just subtle differences, but they are very similar. I mean, if you gave us a brand new sculpt, why not add an ab crunch? So I'm not sure if in this new movie it's going to look more like this or if it'll look more like this. Going from the trailer, it looked a little bit darker though, right? But I still like it. It's got a very nice metallic sheen. You have some yellow right there around the hips, and then you get this a little bit brighter or lighter colored metallic blue right over there around the wrist section. And same thing with these line pieces right over here. So yeah, we have all that going on. I like this darker red trim right over there. The boots look pretty good. He has peg holes. What I really like about this figure though is the cloth cape. And I especially really like it because I don't like that they gave Superman such a long cape. I just actually rewatched Man of Steel, and I feel like Zack Snyder just gave him a huge cape like this just so he can get this shot. You know what I mean? Look, whew, whew. feel like this is the length I actually prefer over here. So you can see that they added this sculpted piece right over here, and then you have the cloth cape, which I like, you know, I really dig this a lot. Very, very, very cool. So as far as articulation goes, we get the same articulation as the Man of Steel figure. You can move the head up just a little bit, wish could move up much more than that, but and he can't really look down so much either, but only a little. And you get side to side movement over here, no neck pivot. Shoulders move outward, you can move them forward, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow meets at 90 degrees. He has a wrist swivel, then he has a waist joint right here, absolutely no ab crunch. He has a DCUC gaping crotch pits. He can kick forward, move back, above the knee swivel over here, single jointed knee, and then the ankles move down and up, and no ankle pivot. So before we take a close look at the Batman figure, we have these 3 Batarangs that Ben Affleck comes with, or Batman anyway. I shouldn't call him Ben Affleck anymore, but these look pretty cool. I like that they have silver paint right here on the edges of them. You can see that sculpted line work going in there. On the back side of each of these, you have the same thing, except it has China written in there. And these all came out kind of warped a little bit. I'm sure with some heat you can straighten them out. But yeah, I think these are pretty cool. And Batman only has one hand to hold these in, so you could put these in the right hand, and they stay there pretty well. They don't fall out easily. So here's looking at our new Ben Affleck Batman. Looking okay. I don't know. There's some things about the sculpt about it that I don't like. Things I do like. I really like the texturing. I like the design for it too, with the shorter bat ears. I think it looks really cool. And the texturing does look pretty badass. You can get some wrinkling right over there on the neck. Again, we get a soft goods cape right here on this Batman, like the Superman. Well, it's different though. It's got pleathery material. We'll take a closer look in a minute. But looking at the face over here, I think it looks alright. It's just that the eyes are really far apart from each other. I don't know. I think they're too far apart. The flesh tone looks pretty good. I can't really tell if that's Ben Affleck's mouth. It kind of looks like Ben Affleck's mouth. You got a little bit of black right there on the chin, a little bit right over there above the mouth, and he has the pink lips. The pink paint isn't too strong, so I'm not annoyed by it. But yeah, the thing that throws me off about this head sculpt over anything else is I feel like the eyes are spaced apart way too far. I don't know, that just looks a little bit strange to me. But other than that, it's not a bad head sculpt. Then here's looking at the cape again. So yeah, it's kind of like a pleathery material, you know, not the same material as the Superman. And this did get creased from the way it was folded up in the packaging, so it looks like it's just kind of going to just be there forever now. And I like how it has little spikies that they have at the bottom right over here. You know, it looks pretty cool. Now on the inside of the cape, it's kind of a different material, you know, so it's got a lot more of a pleathery look on the back, and then it's softer on the inside. Now looking at the rest of the figure, I really like this sculpt a lot, man. I like how that Batman symbol came out. I love the texturing. It looks like he's got Kevlar right there. Now the rest of the figure has this nice wrinkled texture to it, and I really like this metallic silvery sheen that we get here. It's not a super vibrant silver. It's a very subtle type of silver, and I really like these wrinkles, as I just mentioned. You know, you get some seams right over there too. So I think this looks really cool. And it's a really big buff Batman, which is pretty awesome. And then we get that texturing that we'd gotten on the cowl earlier over there. And we get this really bright yellow right there on the knuckles. It's a little strange, you know? I don't know. I think that's a weird choice. Or is it a gold color? I don't know. It's a little bit more of a gold color than yellow, but I think that's a strange choice right there to have on the knuckles. The belt looks really good. I like this gunmetal color that we get right over there. And we get some nice yellow. It's not a bad looking utility belt, you know? It's got tons of the pockets and everything, so it's pretty good. I think the legs came out looking pretty good on this figure up until the knees. This is really, really sad, man. I'm really bummed out about this. Okay, so basically what you have here is this shin is warped. I don't know if it's like that in the molding or whatever, but if you look at the point of the knee, it does not go straight down into the ankle joint right there. So he'll forever be standing like really, really weird. Like the knees will either be inward and the feet will be pointing straight, or the knees will be pointing like normal, but the feet will be pointing outward a lot, you know? So this is very, very frustrating, and it straight up ruins the figure for me in a lot of ways. So I'm probably going to be putting these guys back in the packaging, so I'm really, really bummed out about that. I mean, I like the sculpted detail on here. We get some nice treads at the bottom of the feet. We get peg holes, but yeah, this whole thing with the knees not being lined up with the ankle joint. It's like, look, at ankle joint goes up and to the side, or knee joint goes right down, and there's no boot rotation or anything. If we had boot rotation, it would have been fixed, so yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Now, one thing about the articulation on this figure is I feel like it could have been upgraded, you know? I feel like Mattel needs to update their articulation, like add some ankle pivot, you know what I mean? Anyway, the head barely moves up on this guy, so first frustrating point right there, if you want to call that looking up, and it barely moves down if you want to call that looking down. You get side-to-side movement over here, so that's basically it. Shoulders move outward, you get forward rotation, you get the bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, wrist moves side to side. This ab crunch is hella weak. It barely moves forward. It it doesn't really move forward actually at all, but it moves back one click. I mean, why even bother with that, right? I mean, come on, dude. Anyway, you get a waist swivel right here. You get the gaping DCUC crotch pits. Legs move forward only that much. They move back that much. Above the knee swivel, single jointed knee. I mean, why can't we get double jointed knees, right? We've seen it before. And then we get ankles that move down, up, and no ankle pivot. So measuring Superman and Batman over here, Superman's standing a little over 6 inches tall. Batman's just a little over 6.5 inches tall. How do you feel about this, man? I do not think Batman should be taller than Superman. I don't know, that just really bugs me. Then here's our movie masters, Christian Bale, Batman, and then the Man of Steel, Superman, compared to these two new Batman, Superman figures. Wow, that's a huge Batman. Yeah, Ben Affleck's a big Batman. And then here they both are next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Okay, guys, I don't want to see any fighting, alright? Just want to let you both know that you both suck. No. So I really thought the Batman figure was going to be the win for this 2-pack set, but surprisingly it is the Superman. Just so many problems with this figure over here, but just mostly this knee joint and the ankle thing. If you have this 2-pack, let me know if you have the same issue over here. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of these boxes over here for more Shart in your face. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to my Patreon account. Your help is much appreciated. And check out my photo galleries over at ShartimusPrime.net. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.
And especially like it because, whoop,